And welcome back to my YouTube. I'm telling you, I am been blessed. I have told you and showed you in proof 25, and that's what I'm pushing. I'm pushing to show you the devil, the devil. This is out of my painting. This is out of the Mona Lisa. I'm going to give you a little break into it, but I'm having a problem with YouTube, people getting to my site and being able to subscribe. So I want to show you two ways you can do it. One is you can go to Google and punch this in. You can punch in MIDIONPASSION. It's right there, MIDIONPASSION, written right out in front of you right there. See it? And that's what I need you to do. You write that in, MIDIONPASSION, you space it. You can space it or put it together for MIDIONPASSION by Leonardo Da Vinci, and you go to videos. And then when you go to videos, you just scroll and you find the proof number 25, as you see right there, proof 25. Now, they got it in two different ways. They have it to where you can't even read the 2 or the 5, and then they have it where it is. There's not being a correction with YouTube. I put it in. It's run for 4 weeks. It's a magnificent. There's over 500 views. There should be over 4 billion views. This is history. This is the Mona Lisa. I have over 1,000 YouTubes, I'm telling you. I've been trying to express it for you to understand. Now, when we get back to this, I'm going to zip this back down and show you. Now, you can go to Google, like I said, or you can punch in MIDIONPASSION on YouTube, and you would have to go to video. Now, I'm going to show you something here. Something here that is really, really cool. Now, this particular image is the same, but in a smaller version. But before I do forget you, now this is the X-ray. The X-ray which I pulled out of the Mona Lisa. And I've showed you that before. Now, I've also showed you the signature. The signature right here, in which I've showed you before. That is the signature of Leonardo da Vinci. Now, the painting we're talking about is my painting, this particular painting right here of the Midion, which is of the older woman, Mona. I don't care about this, YouTube, as much as I want you to go to proof 25 like I ask. Watch the whole thing, see if I'm a faker. If you think I'm a faker, unsubscribe. That's all there is to it. Unsubscribe. Put the 15 minutes in for a soul of an individual myself that is begging for help for somebody to help me to get the algorithm of YouTube going. Now, I want to show you when I go to zip this up, you're going to hear me bounce back and forth because you know what? I'm just the messenger. I am the messenger showing you. Look at these two. Now, I'm going to give you a little thoughts of what's going on here, okay? A little thoughts of what is going on these pictures and while we're dealing here. And we're going to bounce back and forth just a little bit because I do have a little time and we're only on 3 minutes. Thank you, Lord. Okay, see, this has the nose slant. This has the nose slant. That is because Leonardo da Vinci loved birds and he put the beak on. Well, this so happens to be in the image of the skull on the side of the Mona Lisa. Well, it's going to get a little bit kind of funnier and a little more complicated, but we're going to get into that in a second. But this so happens to have this man's body and face up in here, as you can see. Well, this particular piece is actually in this area here. You can see this area. When you reduce this, you're going to see. Let me pull up the other one so I don't have to reduce it. This particular image, when it gets reduced, you can see this body of this head and this arm that floats, and it flows down like with legs. This is where it would also go in the body and the legs. But he does it in different sizes, because if you see this big area that flows, that is in particular mine, there's also another area that flows in here. See, he gives you the portion. And if you take a look at some of my YouTubes which shows about the baby that is rolled up like in an egg, that is the roll of the egg. And if you take a look, you can do the same image to flow into the white. So he does it, and he repeats it even bigger, he repeats it even smaller, and he continues. He does it big. Now, this particular area is even though the faces, it's just his weight depending on the transfers. I don't have any control on how to pull 1,000 different images out of this particular to get the exact freaking layer. Excuse me. Apology, saying frickin'. What I'm trying to say is it takes thousands of different layers and sheets to match his unit. But you can see, absolutely, here's the white, you overlay it, it fits. Here's the black. Of course, he's going to continue his work. But a lot of this stuff has been done with Photoshop. And this Photoshop so happens to be of what they pulled out of the Mona. They've been trying to hide and distort a lot of particular items. If you actually take a look, there's an L here, and here's another L, which is part of the legs. He puts an L here, he puts an L here, and he continues because that's what he is. He's a copy machine. So I don't want to get too far into that, but I want to show you also this particular. Now you got to go to proof, okay? Proof 25, as I said. Now he did the dog, and as I showed you, and out of that dog that he's done, that is this image, which is a sketching. And this sketching shows up my man right there. There's my man right there, right here. That's my man. Okay, I do have an image that, now this is Leonardo da Vinci's works. If you actually take a look, this is the profile size. If you take a look right here, you can see how the nose comes on down here and flows. This little item that flows and goes around, that is Da Vinci turning and looking. And he's always got his lover back and forth. He's got his lover looking this way in the shadows. These are shadows and layers of like clouds of his works. Best way that I can describe it at this time. Now, when you end up with his works, it's going to get really cool, kind of cool, because I'm going to show you something. Just bear with me real quick. I'm going to show you what this image is. This is a YouTube that I am going to show you that is awesome. It's really, really super awesome. You're really going to be saying, what am I been finding? I've been finding so much stuff it's not even funny. I mean, really. You see this body that sits here? This is a body that he gives you. Now this is the Mona. Here's the Mona's face. You can barely see it. I'm going to zoom for you because I had to color it. But this is what he hides in these layers. Then you can see this neck and this body of this head, and it flows on down, and it's like an arm that flows in here. Well, this is cartoons. Leonardo da Vinci was having a blast doing the models. These items in which I show you are not always only in one place. Like, for instance, this particular item here is a bird. I showed you many times in my images of that bird. This rotation here is of a bird. Well, that particular deal that I'm showing you, hang on, I'm going to show you in my blue. So let me see if I got that zipped right. I don't want to. I screwed up on not reducing my image for you. And I'm going to show you, before I go, before I do, on proof 25, we're talking about this particular image that's of the V. Now, I know you're going to have to bounce around. I've watched this YouTube 10, 15 times trying to figure out my mistakes. It's over my excitement. You can't blame me because I'm telling you this is history. This has a V here. This V also has a V here of a house. Well, this is also a portion of the image, and it so happens to be, this is Leonardo da Vinci sketching. But when you pull this image, you end up having many different areas of it being in the Last Supper and along in my painting. Now, hang on a second, because I'm trying to do everything all at one time by myself. Now, every time you go to pull, different images and different items come out, like such as what you see here. So don't give up on me, please. Remember, proof number 25. Okay, now here it is in black and white for the yellow. Let me move this for a second because I'm getting really excited here. See how it has like a man's hat and a face, and it kind of comes down like a cartoon. Well, he keeps making it. He makes it in black. He does it in this area. So he takes this whole area and he slides it over, and he does it over here, and he continues because he makes his items move across the room. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but you have to follow You have to follow a Leonardo da Vinci's way. So we're going to pull this back down, and I'm going to show you as soon as I find it, because I only got 150 pieces in here. I planned on doing something, but it got tied up. I really got really tied up in my images. Oh, this so happens to be a more blown up area of my man, of that dog that I highlighted. Here's his face that I've showed you. That's what was pulled out in layers that he hides in his Cortex sketchings. Okay, so I have a YouTube on that too. Well, don't give up on me, because it's it's hidden in here somewhere, I promise. This image here, it's going to be, I'm going to probably have to reduce this, and let me see if it's right here. Zip dee dee doo doo da, and I'm going to turn it for you, and you're going to see where I am. Yeah. Okay. Right here. Whoops. I got to go to this. Here it is. You see the guy? Here it is. You see the guy? It's going to be. You see him? Okay. He spells out Sully. You see how he spells out Sully? He spells it out S-U-L, and it continues A-I. I got to scoot this over for you, because I have run out of space for you. So I scoot that over, and I scoot this over so you can see. Now, this is out of my painting, and it spells out Sully. That is one of his lover's names, and who lived with him and was his model. But you can see this image right here. This is a face, and an arm comes down with the legs. This is, which is the same type that he hides within the Mona. So I'm going to reduce the Mona, or no, I think I actually have to make it larger. I think it goes in reverse for it to be understood. Do you see the large image that flows on down and gives that similar look? Now hang on. Now I'm going to bring it back up for you, because his items change in different sizes, and that's his trick. See how he made this little character look kind of like this character that's floating with his head. Here it is right here. I know it's not an exact piece, but it's extremely close. Now you're going to have to bear with me one more time, and then we're going to be done, because well, I'm sitting here at 8:30 at night, and I've done this for quite a few hours. But let me show you what this is about. If you take a look at the Mona, and you take a look at this image which we're talking about right now, these two images. So you got this little guy here, and you got this big guy. So when you go to overlay the Mona in here, she comes out. If you pay attention, you see this S that flows in here. That is this big head part that comes and flows here, and then he hides it down in here, and he spells out his lover's name all the way across the Mona. He can't show you who he loves, or he gets killed for being gay. So, or he gets thrown in jail for the rest of his life if he was lucky. It is not open to love understanding as we understand it as today. You cannot stop love. You go out and you find your Mona. I don't care whatever you fall in love with, of any sort, the stars, the sun, the grass, your friend, mate of any sort. You are not to be blamed. You fell in love, and you cannot reverse what you have done. You did not do it deliberate, and even if you did do it deliberate, tell me the secret, because I would love to fall in love of that great magnificence. Now, bear with me, because bear with me, because what I got is an overlay to show you. This overlay is hopefully not too bad for you to see. This overlay right here, which I have, and I take this particular S and I overlay it. No, I think I have to go reverse, and I overlay it, yes, that's it. When you do it, you can see that if I make this a little bit bigger, and I bring it on up, you see this triangle-ish look and this roundness and this black. That overlays in the circle underneath and in this area here. And the way you can know that to be, watch. I pull that back and I pull this to be here, in here, and I go back to this and I lift it and show you that. Watch the hands, how the hands fit in the slot of the pieces, but they don't just stay there, how the head flows. This is his hidden burials. So he will make this move up and down and all around, and in every little tiny piece, from the tiniest piece that you can't see to as big as that to where you can't see. And he would make it also as far as to be is that when you took the Mona Lisa, no matter what, and you turned her any way you wished and made her any size you wish, she is in the Mona, because he was obsessed. He was in love. He couldn't help himself. He didn't want to help himself. Would you want to stop loving? Absolutely not. And if anybody says they want to stop loving, well, you know what? They're nuts. Because I'm going to tell you, this guy not only was a genius and he found the secret in life of love, he had more friends than which I could ever dream of that would have dived in front of a bullet for him in a heartbeat, in an absolute heartbeat. And this is the younger Mona Lisa. And where are you going to end up with love that is that great? And don't forget, I showed you the X-ray out of the Mona, out of my Midion, which is the older Mona Lisa. What is my painting? Remember, MIDIONPASSION. What are you going to do after you get done with this YouTube? You're going to go to proof number 25, and you're going to do a blessing for me. A blessing. Christmas is here. I need this thing to go viral. And the reason why I need it to go viral is because I'm being sabotaged. I'm being sabotaged deliberately by some high-end individuals that are in the art business. And the art business, they don't want these questions answered by a regular peon. I'm nobody. I'm a you. You're a nobody, most likely. Forgive me for saying that. But what I'm trying to tell you is that the rich stay with the rich and everything. I got a heart of gold, and I plan on trying to use my income and my funds for profits, to benefit the world, and of course myself. Should I lie? Yes, I put 40 solid years, dedicated 40 years of all my income into this painting. This is another deal. Don't forget, that image in which I showed you is out of this image. This is called the Buffalo Man. Take a look at proof 25 and you will see how I took the 25 and I showed you. Here it is. I'm going to transform it right in front of you. And first of all, I'm going to open it up for it's bigger, and then I'm going to turn around and rotate it for you, and there he is. He hides his works in many different ways. That is the devil. Sully. He nicknamed him the devil. Guess what? I love you all, and I need you guys to subscribe. Proof number 25, MIDIONPASSION by Leonardo da Vinci. I don't know how I either got the wrong words in there to where they're so darn long. I'm sorry. And they have to be exact for you to find me. And nobody's hitting the subscribe button. I think it's bounced off. I don't know what it is in the sense of what I'm seeing. It's there half the time. And they've been blurring my screen to green, blue, and black to hide these images. They don't want this information out there. Why? Money. Follow the money, you follow the evil, and we're looking at evil right in front of you. And what I got to say is, listen, I can't be more expressive, I can't be more begging, and I got to turn around and beg you. Also, please wash your hands, social distance, and wear a mask. And don't forget to tell a friend, get on there, let's get it go social. Proof number 25, not the plus one, the one I showed you. Review my YouTube, go right to it. I'll put the link down. I hope you do it. Don't forget to say your prayers, and this is what I always throw in. May God bless the whole world, the universe, and the heavens, and you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful night. And don't forget, 1519. It was 15 minutes and 19 seconds. The year he died. What a blessing in God that I want you to go to. Okay? God bless.